Good morning, Masters. Good evening, New Zealand Masters. Today, our host Sanjana Pote is welcome to the PSM New Zealand channel. Sanjana Pote from Nasik, Maharashtra, started meditation from last year, experienced life transformational experiences, and so started conducting meditation sessions in native language Marathi. Coming into the meditation from day first, became pure vegetarian and now have found a purpose of life to teach meditation and vegetarianism and permit importance to people. Now she's like conducting so many like video classes and the virtual classes. Hi Sanjana, please go ahead.
Hi, Jay, and thank you for this wonderful opportunity. You're doing a great work. Keep it up. Keep doing it. Okay. So yeah, thank you for such wonderful introduction as well. I'm Sanjana, and I just came into meditation as I correctly said last year. It was during lockdown that I was happy to experimenting new things, exploring new things. Then I got introduced to meditation. And that time I was very much new to it. It was not like unknown to me, but I was new into it because I had meditated earlier in my life, but that was on and off. And from lockdown last year, I started meditating in a continuous process. So that time, the day first, I got a inner voice telling me that I should leave non-vegetarian. So I left it. I felt nothing. I felt purely happy, and I felt bad that I was a vegetarian, a non-vegetarian before. So that journey started, and eventually the topic which I have chose for today to, you know, express and to advise and to address it to all of you is that meditation does really help us to come out of all kinds of sufferings. Yes, definitely. We all, as a human, have many, many, many things going on around us, and now, especially in pandemic situation, has so much of things around us. So sufferings, or we can say sufferings are into many ways. It can be an anxiety, it can be a depression, it can be a guilty feeling, it can be an anger, it can be a kind of a sad mood roller coaster. Okay, which is natural, but natural in a way if we can handle it. It's not natural in a way if we cannot handle it. A wise person is never suffering because he knows what the reality is. And that reality we understand or we come to know when we are into meditation or we are into the path of spirituality. What happens is nowadays people they are so much into anxiety, so much into depression, so much into sufferings that a small thing happens which they don't want it to happen and it happens and they feel instantly suffering. They have instant sufferings around. So it's not just the major of sufferings, like a small thing or a small incident happened, they feel quite very much suffered. Again, the big thing happened, they are suffering. That process, that journey is continued because their mindset is kind of fixed in that way. So what happens is this suffering or this anxiety or this depression, this comes from our thoughts. Thought is the only source for this. And that thought is always related to our mind. Mind tends to confuse us with all the things around happening. So as I know, if like we can say that a single thought has a power to distract you or to mold your life into a better future, to mold your life into a better direction, because you create your own reality. That's what I have learned from PS system. That is what I have learned from Patriji, from Ayappa sir, from all the PS system masters. I'm still in a learning process, and meditation, spirituality is a never ending process. There is a vast, eternal, or unlimited syllabus we have to learn from. But as I'll stick to my topic today, because suffering is the major problem. All of the population is there. Mostly 90%, 95% people are suffering from such things which are actually not meant to be for sufferings. Because they are into the world of materialistic life, which is okay, but they are into the world of their own mindset. In that mindset, they are creating such kind of expectations because expectations are not actually a good thing, but they don't understand. They are into living into such materialistic life that they just live life as it is. They don't even try to understand why they are born, why there is something in their life going on. What is beyond this earth? What is beyond this soul? What is the origin? All those things, all those questions which I had in my childhood, I'm now exploring them because I had the curiosity, I had a thirst to know what is spirituality. Of course, before coming into spirituality, into meditation, even I, to be honest, I was very much kind of emotional, kind of into the mood, into the sufferings of a roller coaster ride. It was natural for me, but that time I was suffering mentally, emotionally. I didn't had a balance. I didn't had a a way, a direction to my life to properly see what I am, what I'm capable of. Am I able to face it, or am I able to just go beyond it or not? That time my right time started and meditation happened to be, and then I came into that. After that, from day one, I started exploring myself, going into deep meditation. Of course, initially thoughts may come, they disturb you, but it's up to you if you have to get disturbed because of them or not. So I started, kind of, it was a struggling period for me initially for 1 month or 1.5 months to get, I was struggling with my thoughts, but I never allowed them to overcome my meditation. Okay? Because meditation was helping me to get rid of all those things. And so gradually, all kind of mental depression, mental emotional imbalances, they started to balance. I started to get the way because I now have a path towards a journey towards reality. What is reality? I'm now getting it. I'm now exploring it. And trust me, that is the way you have to go. And that is only can happen through meditation. What happens is people, they are so much into their thought, or they are so much into their kind of world they have created, and they think that this materialistic world is the only reality. They think that this is only the reality, so they expect so many things from so many people. And when there is expectation, there is kind of disappointment if that expectation is not up to their expectations and mark. There is a kind of disappointment which leads to depression, anxiety, guilty, anger, all sort of negative thoughts. And then once the person get all sort of these thoughts, then it's quite difficult for that person to come out of it because he's not that wise enough to come out of it. He thinks, or that person thinks, that this is the only reality. And so because of that, the as I know, as I told you, that our thoughts create our reality. So because of this negativity all around, that person creates such kind of negative atmosphere, because of which he is not very much aware of what is to be done or what is not to be done. And so that person tends to attract more negativity in his life, blaming other people, blaming universe, blaming everyone he can see around. And that creates, and that screws him up. And because of that, that is not the actual way. He must understand that whatever answer he's seeking outside, he should seek inside. We always think that what will happen if I lose my job? What will happen if my wife leaves me, or my husband leaves me, my kids leaves me? What will happen if I lose money? If I lose relationship? All those things are okay because we are living in a human world. All those things are okay, but up to a certain extent, we should not allow this situation to overpower our mind, to overpower our peace of mind, because every situation which I have seen from my childhood is always temporary. It's never permanent. The way you see to it, the way you perceive it, that matters. Earlier, without the person who is not aware, who is unaware of meditation or spirituality, he thinks that that is the reality. And of course, he gets stuck in that. And that's why that person cannot grow within himself. And because of him, many other person around them or many other people around them, they tend to suffer. Means like suffering, you have a suffering. Okay, you are suffering from something. But your family, your friends, the people who stay with, they also, by looking at you, by taking your tension, they get stressed and they tend to suffer because of your own single thought, or because you are into that, you're stuck into that mode, that zone, that you are not able to come out. So sufferings, we all know what is suffering. But is it possible to come out of it? Definitely yes. And if you think that coming out of it is by medicines, or by taking some kind of drugs and medicines, will come out of the suffering, will come out of the depression, will come out of the anxiety, then that will be only very, very temporary, my friends, because You have to find a permanent answer for that. Nobody wants that suffering to come again into the life. Okay. With continuous thoughts in the mind, we tend to attract much more of negativity. Okay. And because of that, as mind is very powerful, our thoughts are also that much powerful. As I said earlier, one thought can create your life in a good way or can destroy your life in a very sort of healthy, which would be a reality for you because you create your own reality, that's for sure. But so if we just try to get rid of all unnecessary thoughts, then and then only our peace of mind or a peace of stability, emotional, mental stability, physical balance will appear. And that can only happen with and only with meditation. When you're with your breath, it happens. Because a person like me who was kind of emotionally unstable before, now I'm in such a position where I am very much happy, very, very much happy internally, that I'm now in a very peace, in a balanced mode of life because I never tried to change the life in front of me. I never tried to change the situation, the person in front of me. Instead, I changed myself with the help of meditation. Even that happened naturally because I had to do nothing. I had to just sit in meditation, have to explore what the reality is, have to see on the soul level. And as from childhood, I had many questions regarding spirituality, but I never found a way. And that's what I now have many, many answers to it myself. I don't need to search outside. It's inside me, and I'm searching it. I'm still exploring, and life is actually transforming. That is correctly said by all cases and masters, by great meditators, that never ever seek your answers, any answers outside. You always have the answers inside, but you must have the capacity, the ability, the focus on your own self, and that can be brought with meditation when you are with your breath. That is nothing or not next to impossible. That is possible. We used to think, or people used to think, or even people nowadays think that, okay, you are saying that meditation will give you answers, or you say that meditation will transform your life. You're not able to do that. Even we tried, but we didn't get the answer. Here, my only point or my only message for them is just by listening to session or just by, seeing that person, the other person is transforming his life, he is succeeding in his life, spiritual life, his spiritual growth is going on very nicely. It does not mean that yours will not happen. That person who has transformed his or her life has implemented those things in the life. I wanted to end my sufferings. I implemented meditation in my life. I wanted to become a better person. I implemented meditation in my life. I wanted to transform my life journey, my own self, my inner happiness. I wanted to find my true inner self. I implemented meditation. Not just by listening, not just by seeing, but I tried it. I experimented. I implemented. Then I experienced, I believe, and now I'm very much happy transforming my life, transforming the way I'm seeing the people and the things are happening in a way very good. Because once you come into meditation, truly, believe me, truly, whatever happens, it's always for a reason. But once you come into meditation, you become much more aware. And only the people who are very good to you, good to your soul, they only stay in your life. The people who are no longer good for your higher self or your higher growth, they suddenly or automatically they go out of your life. And when they go, they walk out. There is no suffering at all. And the one major thing is, why do people suffer, or why do people feel sad, or why do people have a mood roller coaster going on, or why do people have anxiety or depression? It's just because of their mind, and obviously just because they allow that thing to happen to them. That's what I'm learning, and that is what I'm implementing. I stopped allowing things to happen to me, and then I found myself very much happy. Initially, I used to be sad if someone used to say something or if some incident shook me out. I used to feel sad because I was attracted to that situation, because I was attracted to that conversation, because I allowed that thing to happen to me. So that's why, and that's where my suffering started. But once, if someone is speaking something to you which is not good for you, if some situation is happening which is not good for you, at that time you should be much more aware that that person, whatever he's saying, that situation, whatever it is reflecting, it should not touch you inside. It should let's just leave from outside. And that awareness, that kind of feeling, that kind of awareness, that kind of purity comes when you are into meditation. Once you're meditating, you're with your breath. Everything is kind of, I cannot explain in words, but you tend to transform yourself from all sort of negativity, you come into all sort of positivity, from darkness, you come into light, and you become light yourself. And nobody will come and just sit with you and just do meditation on behalf of you. It's you have to take that step ahead for your own growth, which is also possible. Because people nowadays, they don't know what to do or what not to do, and so they don't know where whatever is happening inside their mind, what is the state of the mind, to whom they shall share it to. Because each and every person out there is struggling with his own kind of sufferings, his own kind of depression and whatnot negative things. But the person who is actually genuinely trying to get out of that situation, that tough situation in his life, he's trying to see and search somebody to whom he can share that state of mind. But that is that much of level the people are suffering now. But fortunately, as I can say, people have such a wonderful thing. We human always had a solution with us, always. But we were failing to see it. And now again, we are there, we are wise enough to find a solution which is always with us. Now, with an open eyes, with an open heart, with an empty mind, we should just try and see what solution is there. And that solution is meditation in front of us. Does it cost you something? No, you have to just sit and you have to invest your time rather than investing in the negativity and thoughts around. You have to invest that time inside you, searching your answers for your betterment, for betterment of people around you, for betterment of humankind. You have to search those answers inside. Learn, implement, believe, experiment, and try and teach up, reach to other people. Because the day one when I came into meditation, from the same day I left non-vegetarian, that same day my inner told me that you are experimenting, you are learning. Just first learn, experiment, implement. You have a belief, then start teaching right away. I started teaching meditation into my native language Marathi because many of the Marathi people, they are not able to understand the English language, but they were very much curious to know what meditation is, what soul journey is, what spirituality is. Even I am the new person into it. I am still in the learning phase, but I felt somewhere or the other, I felt that if I can come out of such kind of sufferings and stupidity and negativity all around me, if I can remove it with the help of meditation, then why should I keep those things only up to me? That will be a selfish. So I started teaching in Marathi in native language for the people who were very much interested to know. And still there are some people who are with me from like 41 days seasons. I covered in 5 seasons. Now the 6th season is going on. People are very much into meditation. And then once you start teaching meditation, giving sessions, you feel more happy because now you are into learning stage. And when you practically give sessions, you are more into that learning phase and you get more clarity on what spirituality is. Because listening or reading will give you knowledge, wisdom, definitely. But if you implement it, if you try it, and if you reach out to people by teaching them, teaching is the best service. Giving session is the best service, not just for you, but for every people, every soul around you. Because you're evolving with them, you're growing with them. And that's where all your kind of typical sufferings, they just vanish once you are into meditation. Once you step into meditation, you just need to have faith. You just need to have patience. That's enough. And there is a myth. Many a times people have a myth, mostly in India or wherever we see. People have a myth that meditation is meant only for elderly people. A meditation is meant only for those who have seen everything and now there is a time for a spiritual growth. But that's not true. Meditation is for each and every person, right from small kid to an elderly person. Everyone meditation is must. And of course, if a person is into meditation from very early age, it's a great opportunity for that person to grow vast in meditation, in the syllabus of spirituality. And of course, I came into meditation last year, and that time I never thought it is that I am entering into meditation and entering into spirituality in my late 20s or something. But I felt that the time is never too late, and I started the beginning of my meditation with a regular journey, with regular meditation, with regular spirituality process. Because once coming to meditation, my perspective changed. The way now I see the world changed, because this world where we're living in, this materialistic world, is just a temporary world, which I see and it is actually. The real truth is when you just sit with your eyes closed and observing your breath. That this means if you sit in meditation, the real truth is slowly and slowly with nature, it's unabling, it's unfolding. And once when you are into that path, whatever things are happening around you are all temporary. You are able to see it in a different perspective, in a soul perspective. Because Patricia rightly says that this all the thing around us is a drama. It's a drama. And we are here to play a role. Definitely I'm playing my role. And now into meditation, into spirituality, I have got more clarity on my role. So that's why if any person comes around, if any situation worsen up, like situations are never permanent, right? They're temporary. Some happy situation will come, some confusing state of situation will come, some conflicts will come, some tough situations will come. So that are the situations for our soul to develop. There are the situations. You should not see situation as a situation, but rather you should see it as an opportunity for your soul, for yourself, for your holistic growth. So that's what I understand. And I'm still, whatever the life is getting me through, I'm getting in, experimenting, learning, learning, and then taking whatever is required for my soul and growing up strongly. Naturally, what happens is, as I said, coming out of anxiety or coming out of depression, you don't need any medicines. Medicines are just temporary relief. But to remove it from its roots, you need only one solution, that is meditation. Naturally, once we sit into meditation in a continuous process, what happens is the person who sits in a meditation will start seeing the truth. Okay, will start observing, will start exploring the truth. And then he will start to transform his life. Whatever has happened with me, the same will happen with you in a different way. Because your process, your journey is different, but ultimately the destination is one. The you know the traveling, you have to travel just as I'm traveling to meditation. You have to travel the same way to see what you are seeking for, to see what you're learning. And that learning, my friends, will not be able if you see outside. You have to see inside to end all your sufferings, to end all your depressions or what not negativity you are staying in. Because this world, earth, or humankind nowadays is full of negativity around. In that negativity, we have to suffer a bit, but we have to not stick in that suffering. We have to move ahead of it, learning from it, learning in such a way that we do not have to repeat those sufferings, and whatever the life will throw at us, we have to accept it with an open mind, being receptive, and we have to see, okay, this is an opportunity for me, and now in this way I'll be tackling that opportunity rather than running out, rather than facing a back and running away, escaping. No, we cannot do that. Because ultimately, if you try to escape from your negative sufferings or anxiety or depression, if you try to escape, it will again reappear in front of you. But if you try to face it then and there, you'll get an idea how strong you are. You must have not expected that this person I can be, but you tend to be, because that situation teach you or make you in such a way, that molds you in such a way that you become more stronger. And then you are thankful to that situation, that, okay, thank God this thing happened to me. Otherwise, I would have not known that I'm such a powerful person. I'm such a mentally powerful person, stable now. But what makes you stable? What makes you mentally, emotionally, physically balanced is meditation. and I'm observing it, I'm learning it, I'm believing it. That's why I'm able to see what I'm transforming into. That's why I'm able to see the people with me who are meditating, what they are transforming into. Okay, that can be done. So if we do continuous meditation, a time will come from where all the negative thoughts will slowly start to convert into positivity, and then naturally we will come at a point, or you can say, if you are a person, you are suffering from a negativity, from suffering from any kind of depression, anxiety, guilt, or something which is draining your energy. But when you step into meditation, what will happen is a time will come when your negative thoughts will start to vanish, because a counter thought will come, which will naturally give you a positive vibe, a positive atmosphere in your mind. And then you will be able to strongly open up yourself and to strongly able to see that negative situation in a different perspective, making it into a positive. That is to be done by yourself. Nobody will come and help. Of course, people around you are there. The ones who care for you are there. The ones who love you are there with you. But they can give you just, they can just make you sit, and they can just make you feel positive. But actually, feeling of being positive to come inside, it should have been a calm state of mind, a peaceful state of mind inside. The mind is the culprit, which creates all sort of negative thoughts. You have to sit in meditation and make sure that all these negative thoughts of the mind should get converted into positive, or should actually vanish completely, and that will naturally happen, and that will definitely happen if you are into meditation, because meditation, my friends, is the only key to end all sort of your suffering, all sort of suffering. But it will take some time. You have to be patient enough. You cannot just sit and do meditation and expect that today only my depression should go, today only my anxiety should go, today only my suffering should go. For you to believe, it takes time, right? Then for you to do meditation with full belief, with full patience, full faith, you need to work slowly, because things just not suddenly turned up the light. You have to sit over here, you have to practice, you have to meditate. And in that way, you have to see what things are happening around. Initially, you may suffer, you may struggle, you may have patience. Okay. But meditation will always give you a thought of ignoring negativity. Okay. All those things will come out of you, and you will be able to move ahead in your life. And remember, meditation is a long process. It cannot be done in just one day, or just 1 week, or just 1 month, but it is a lifelong process. It should turn into beautiful habit of changing or transforming yourself in your life. It should turn a beautiful habit. Now in my life, I'm in that part of my life, in that phase of my life, where meditation has become a beautiful habit to me, and all other things revolve around that. That much important meditation is to me. Okay. So remember, you all have to just vanish your sufferings, all of the things, and you have to be free from everything. And that can be done with the help of meditation. Okay, please ask your own self that while meditating, okay, I'm fine, but I need to come out of it, and meditation will only help me. Initially, people used to ask me that I'm meditating, I'm trying to sit in meditation, but there are so many thoughts coming into my mind. What shall I do? I'm not able to meditate. That time, that was even the phase which I have gone through. But I have observed, and then I have asked people the same thing, that while meditating, there might be a fraction of second, there might be a fraction of second time where you are thought free, where there is no thought. At that point, how do you feel? Because I felt very empty and very much peaceful and very much happy. And the same thing they have felt. So that's enough. From starting, always, whenever you are a beginner, that is not possible that thought will go away. You have to just have patience and sit and see that empty space where there is no thought, you have to increase. Okay. So just meditate. Remember that meditation is the only key to end all your sufferings. And that can be done. It's possible if you have faith in meditation, faith in yourself, and faith and patience to do meditation. Okay. So we'll just stop over here and we'll just try and sit in meditation for half an hour.
Yeah, I will start the music.
Yeah. Those who don't know how to sit into meditation, I'll guide you. Be very much comfortable, but wherever you are comfortable, fingers into fingers, eyes closed, breathe breath. Let's start meditation. Be with your breath, eyes closed. Thoughts will come. Try to ignore all your thoughts. Natural breath. Be with your breath. Relax. Go beyond your thoughts. Be with your mind. Eyes closed. slow, slow breath. And breathe. Okay. Slow breath. Don't open your eyes. Final 20 minutes. So breathe. Come back to your breath. Final 10 minutes. Breathe in. Ignore all your thoughts. Come back to your breath. Come back to your breath. Final 5 minutes. Relax. Breathe your breath. your hands, place on your eyes slowly. Five, four, three, two, one, zero. I hope you had a good meditation. So if there is any question, you may go ahead.
Dashrath, if you have any questions, yes, you can unmute.
Yeah. Thank you, Sanjana. It was nice.
Right.
Mm,
So do you have any question regarding anything as of now?
nothing much. As I said, like it's all about implementation. Whatever you learn, slowly. Even in the session when you were explaining, I was just fitting for myself where I'm lagging or where it needs to be implemented. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Because whenever it's an initial phase meditation, we have to see, observe, and not only observe, we have to take it inside us, implement, and then see what transformation we bring in our life and where are we lacking. Once we get that spot very much right, we start implementing what are things we are learning, and then we can see what magic is happening inside us, and then our perception changes to see the situation, and we are not the same as before.
Okay. Your voice was a bit breaking actually. It was not
Yeah,
clear.
Yeah,
might be some network issue.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, can be.
yeah. But
Nice.
it's very nice. I feel it like I think your voice is like bit strong when you are teaching the session. So I feel like getting goosebumps here.
Yeah, because I am in that into that mood to just flow and flow. So it happens naturally, and then we are very happy to share experiences or give sessions on the topics which are very much essential in today's world.
Yeah, I felt like okay, when you're talking this the whatever, I felt like somewhere is like touching. It's like from the bottom of the heart. I felt like that. Yeah,
Thank you. And it's a great start. It's a great work. Keep on doing it. Have to grow much more better, and much more success is going on ahead now. It's a good work. Keep up a good.
yeah. Thank you so much, and it's very nice the session, and we enjoy a lot, and we are also like recently. I'm also recently started the meditation, so yeah, it's kind of more knowledge.
We are here to learn and grow together.
Yeah,
Can I ask you one question? Like, so for everyone who wants to continue, like, I've seen people like the people who have been meditating from long time. There's a driving force for them. It's all their experiences. Like, what it is driving you actually. So, like, have what kind of experiences you have? So that is driving you and that is like keeping you passionate.
Meditation or spirituality in itself is a great passion for the one who is actually a genuine seeker, the one who is curious to know where is he from, what's the origin behind it. Okay, so the passion for me itself is meditation, which keeps up, or spirituality, the vast syllabus, the eternity, the universe is the passion for me. And from childhood, I was like every one of us, each one of us, it's very common. It's very natural for us to see more ups and downs in our life, and that time we tend to see it as a reality. We don't know what is it exactly. So from childhood, I had many questions, which were like out of head for my parents. I used to ask them, I used to eat their head. What is this reality? Is I'm eating in a reality, or I think it's kind of dream. It's not true. This is not meant for me. I'm like something different. The origin is different. The life is different. This is not the reality. That is what I was able to debate with them, but I never got an answer. But once meditation, I knew meditation, what is it? But I never did it on a regular basis. Once I started doing it on a regular basis, I got good experiences in such a way that I got some visions, but it was kind of a color visions or normal. Just when you are in initial meditation phase, you tend to see colors, you tend to see some entity, you tend to see light, all those things. And once when I went into deep meditation, I also had an experience to, I traveled the space. I traveled the space in my meditation initially. So all those things fascinated me more because I was into the real track of reality. So this all curiosity went ahead, and also that this is where we are living as a materialistic world that is not the reality, which I knew from the very beginning. But then what is the reality? I was curious to know about. And now into meditation, I'm getting those answers slowly and slowly, and I'm enjoying it. And for that the very reason I thought, if I'm enjoying it, if I'm able to see, I'm able to explore what's the reality is, if I'm on that and that way, on that direction, then why not others should also be? Because we are all the social beings, we are all human beings on earth plane, but ultimately we are all souls from one destination, or we all have one destination, but there might be a soul journey is different, but destination is one. So each and everyone has the right to know what the actual spiritual path is, rather than keeping to myself as a selfish motive many people do. I never thought of in that way, because if I'm growing, I'm feeling happy, I'm getting more calmness, more peace of mind. I'm getting to know that this is just a drama. The actual reality is somewhere else, and I'm on that track to explore it. It's very, very much, I'm kind of speechless that which word will suit to, you know, express it in a better way. If I'm feeling those changes inside me, I'm able to overcome my sufferings, I'm able to handle and tackle the situation the life is bringing up to me, then in such a beautiful way, in such a stable way, such a calm and peaceful way, then why not others? So it's there also, it's their right to know, it's their, if they're curious, then we should always be ahead, and we should always go ahead and help them out by doing a social service or spiritual service, rather, we can say. Because giving the service makes me much more happy. Teaching meditation or giving sessions makes me much more happy. So that's the reason why I'm teaching and I'm reaching out the people, because even I am developing more strongly, and even they are able to develop with me. We are learning and growing together. And once you start giving sessions or you start teaching to people, now you will be very, very, very happy. And that's what I want. So I got my answer then and there, and I'm now into the never-ending journey. I'll be giving sessions in my life, whatever and wherever possible.
Nice. So you got your like you have seen practical implementation and its results in your practical, I mean, real life. You mean to say the physical life?
Yeah. The wisdom which we get in spirituality, we must always implement into our life, because it will make our life more happy. It will make our life, it will transform our life very much better. And as part of my experiences, I told you, I was able to see, still I'm able to see some, light, some entities, some kind of visions which are stronger, and I'm never doubting on it, because I know that nature and the universe wants me to see that. So I'm happily enjoying it. I'm actually witnessing it rather than, seeing it on the other level. I'm witnessing it, what has been told to me, what has been shown to me. And the one and the only best experience I had, that I was actually traveling into the space, feeling my body very light. My just soul is traveling here and there, going here and there. And that was the very first experience I got into meditation when I was initially into meditation, 8 months back.
Yeah, that's what everyone has. Few one of like few best experiences that drives them and that keeps them always in their memory. Like it shouldn't be craving for them again, but it should be like it let it go. We need to be in a let it go, but that's the one which drives us, which makes us to like spend which makes us to meditate more and more. to find out more? That's what I was
Correct.
asking. Like, what was it?
Yeah,
So yeah, okay,
correct. There are
nice,
many experiences to come ahead, and we just have to learn and grow from that and move ahead. That's all we have to do.
nice. Thank you for sharing your experiences.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanjana. It's very
Thank you.
nice. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
So, what do you do in your physical life?
I'm actually working as a marketing executive. So I have done MTech in biotechnology and MBA in marketing. So I'm right now working in a marketing as a marketing executive in a company.
Okay, nice, good. All the best. Thank you.
yeah,
Same to wish you the same. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jai Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay.